Do you think it places a political liability on him?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. Welcome to day 371. The 7-day average COVID-19 death rate reached 2,188 people per day, the highest level since February 2021, and up about 1,000 people per day from about 2 months ago. Omicron infections, however, are resulting in fewer hospitalizations than during the Delta wave in the fall. Pfizer has also begun a clinical trial to evaluate a new Omicron-specific vaccine. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is withdrawing its COVID-19 vaccination and testing mandate for businesses following the Supreme Court's decision to block the requirement. The mandate would have applied to some 80 million people if it had not been struck down by the court, which described the regulation's approach as a blunt instrument. Moving on, the White House warned that a Russian invasion of Ukraine was imminent and that Joe Biden may be moving some troops into Eastern Europe to demonstrate American commitment to its NATO allies. Biden also said that he would consider personally sanctioning Putin if Russian forces invade Ukraine, warning of enormous consequences for Russia not only economically and politically, but worldwide. Moscow says it has profound concern over NATO's military movements in Eastern Europe, accusing the West of building up tension in the region. The Kremlin, however, announced military exercises on Ukraine's border, including fighter jet and ballistic missile exercises. The Biden administration also announced that it was working with gas and crude oil suppliers to secure energy for European allies in the event that Moscow weaponizes energy supplies by cutting off its fuel shipments. Back in the U.S., federal prosecutors are reviewing fake Electoral College certifications that declared Trump the winner of states that he lost. These certificates contain the signatures of Trump supporters who falsely claimed to be the rightful electors in Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nevada, and New Mexico, all states that Joe Biden won. The attorneys general in at least 2 of the 7 states, Michigan and New Mexico, say they have referred investigations to federal prosecutors. Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, meanwhile, confirmed that the DOJ has received those referrals, adding, quote, "Our prosecutors are looking at those, and I can't say anything more on ongoing investigations," end quote. The House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol is also focusing on the falsified documents. Meanwhile, a federal judge ordered the Trump attorney who authored memos outlining how Trump could overturn the 2020 election to respond to a subpoena issued by the January 6th Select Committee. The committee issued its subpoena to John Eastman's former employer at Chapman University on January 18th. Eastman had previously refused to provide information to the committee when it subpoenaed him directly. Eastman invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination 146 times when he was questioned by the committee last month. And finally, Joe Biden was caught on a hot mic calling Fox News reporter Peter Doocy a stupid son of a bitch. As reporters were shouting questions while exiting the East Room, Doocy shouted, quote, "Do you think inflation is a political liability in the midterms?" end quote. Thinking his microphone was turned off, Biden responded,
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Doocy said Biden then called him to apologize for the remark. It's not the first time that Biden was caught swearing on a hot mic. In 2010, a microphone picked up Biden telling Obama that the passage of the Affordable Care Act was a, quote, "big fucking deal," end quote. By comparison, Trump intentionally and repeatedly lobbed insults at journalists throughout his term, calling a reporter in 2020 a disgrace for asking why he lied to Americans about the severity of COVID-19, and attacking another on live TV when asked what his message would be to Americans who are frightened by the coronavirus pandemic. Trump also threatened to revoke press passes, called CNN's Jim Acosta a rude, terrible person, called April Ryan from American Urban Radio Networks a loser, accused CNN reporter Abby Phillip of asking a lot of stupid questions, and called a PBS reporter of color a racist for asking questions about white nationalists who support Trump. And in the polls, Pew Research Center says 41% of Americans approve of Biden's job performance, down from 44% in September and 59% in April. 21% of Americans say they're satisfied with the way things are going in the United States, 12 points lower than it was in March at 33%, and 15 points lower than it was in February 2018 at 36%.
That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefuckjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.